Hey everybody, Krystal Gamer here with a brand new video on roofing. So we are going to address a couple of problem areas today that deal with conical or hexagonal or pentagonal roof type structures, these circular type roof structures here. And we can see the problems that we're going to address, this eave thing that hangs out all the way on the side here, this type of situation, and just in general, this not looking all that great. So we're going to address those things, and we're going to do so first off by getting rid of these roofs. Now, I'm using, can you see that round roof structure there? So there we go. I'm going to throw it there just so you can see it for a second. That was what was there. We're getting rid of that. We're not using that roof structure. What we're going to do instead is we are going to grab a half-hipped roof right there. I'm going to stick it on the front there. I'm going to take it back all the way. There we go. I'm perfectly in the front now. I'm going to extend the eave out one, and I'm going to take it down to be right below the window line. So there we go. It's right below the window line. That looks good. Now I am going to take a diagonal half gabled roof, and I am going to rotate it. I'm using the greater than less than sign for the rotation. I'm going to take this one down. And I think one space over here. Nope, too far. Take the eave down there, and I took it down on both sides by accident. If you want to control one eave and not the other, use shift with the modified arrow. And so I want to make sure I size this to match the other one. That's too far. I was over on the eave. Sorry about that. That took way too long to size it to match. Okay, so there we go. There we go. We have a nice even match there. So that took a little bit. Now I want to size it down. I sized it down, excuse me, for a reason, because when you don't, sometimes the game does not like certain diagonals, and it'll yell at you for it and not allow it. So you're best off if you can take the roof down as small as you can so that you don't run into errors and stuff like that. So there we go. We have it colored. And I just want to point out, if you have a roof like this where you have a first floor and this type of roof structure, this particular thing creates a wonderful line here. And all we have to do is copy this, rotate it. Again, I use the greater than and less than signs for rotation. I'm going to stick it over here. Make sure I get it all matched up. There we go. And so now this looks nice because I only have it on this section. I don't have an eave hanging out 1.5 miles over here. So that looks beautiful. It looks exactly the way we want it to look. So that's how to do the front piece. Now for the back piece. So for the back roof, we're going to do a similar thing back here. We're going to get rid of this roof structure, but I just want to show you first, there are a couple of things that you can do here to make this look slightly better. If you raise this up a little bit, you're going to lessen this, but it's still there. You can alter this roof. I'm holding down the Alt key to do those precise movements there, so you can do that type of thing. But if you don't want this type of roof, this type of very angled roof, if that's not what you're looking for, obviously that's not going to work. So we're going to get rid of this roof, and we're going to use a better solution, and one that's pretty much very similar to up front. I'm going to, in fact, copy our half gabled roof that we used up front. Since it's already painted, we already have roof trim. I can just copy it, put it here. And I am also going to copy our other roof piece from the front, rotate it again using greater than less than signs, move that here, and I ended up with it off. Again, I'm doing really wonderfully on that today, aren't I? Ah, it's the eave. It's the eave. Always make sure to move the eaves. It's always the eaves. The eaves are a problem. And don't forget, if I haven't said it yet this video, I'm going to say it again. It is shift and the little modified arrow to move just one eave at a time, or just a modified arrow to move 2 eaves at a time. So now I'm going to copy this. I'm going to rotate it again. If I could rotate it in the right spot. Put that there. That's beautiful. I'm actually going to take this up one just because I think it looks better. So now I've got a slight piece sticking out here. And if I lift this up, which I want it up actually, I kind of want it to go to the vent. So I'm going to lift this right here. And I'm going to lift that right there. And I should have, oh, I'm almost, look how close. I'm going to lift it up just a hair more. There we go. Now I should have copied one side over and then copied the other rather than do them individually. That way I get the same exact thing. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to delete it. Once you get the right thing on one side, it's easier just to copy to the other side than try and match it all up. So there we go. That looks beautiful. That looks much better than the rounded roof structure. And for those of you that want to stick around for a couple of minutes, I thought I would show this house completed. So we've got a lot of landscaping out front. As you can see, I was trying to wed together a lot of different things that we don't normally see together. I've got the Mediterranean tile with a clean brick and the shuttered casement windows and fancy railings and ornate door. And I've got a lot going on here that I was trying to put together. And interestingly enough, I think it worked pretty well. I've got tropical landscaping with a tree with Japanese lighting as well, you know, so I don't know, but I like it all. I think it all kind of, they're not things that you'd expect to see together, but I think it kind of went together pretty well. And I hope you guys think so too. I ended up using some cobblestone back here, give it a little bit of a European flair to me too. And there's a lot of skilling items back here for anyone that might want to download. We've got chess, we've got beekeeping, gardening, yoga, meditation. So there's a lot to do back here. Obviously we have the pond. That looks good. We've got the grill our Sims can use. So there's a lot going on back here that your Sims can do for those that want to download. That said, I am not going to be uploading to the gallery until they fix it and put new back as the default. So look for my builds after that. Now the inside on this is pretty small because it's only a 1-bedroom and there's a couple that lives here. They have cats. They do not have kids. They have no intention of having kids. They are very career minded. They're both chefs and their dream is to own a restaurant. So they're working towards that. So they just have this small little house that's just adequate for them. Opens up to the living room and dining room space, open floor plan, big enough dining room so that they can entertain, which is good. They've got a tiny little half bath over here. Nothing big, just a small little room that does the job, just enough. And then the kitchen, sorry for all that spinning. The kitchen goes through this opening here and obviously is huge. So they have a massive, massive kitchen space as you would expect a couple of chefs to have. So, and this is the first time I've used this gray, blue, yellow sort of tan wood combination color scheme. And I like it. It's interesting. I went a little different on color scheme in this house until we get to the upstairs. The upstairs goes a little bit more traditional. We've got just kind of their little landing area. And then the bedroom is more dark woods, reds, creams, stuff like that. So that's a little bit more traditional, I guess, in color anyway, or a little bit more neutral in color, I guess. And the bathroom is definitely a little bit more neutral in color. I love this bathroom. But I do try to veer outside of, just always sticking with neutrals and stuff like that. I kind of try and be a little bit bold color-wise. So that's their space upstairs. And I hope that you like this. And if you do, and if the tips were helpful, please do make sure you hit the like button. And of course, the subscribe if you're not yet subscribed. Share, comment, all of that good stuff. It helps us YouTubers out a lot, and I'd appreciate it a whole bunch. And thank you so much for spending the time with me today. Hope to see you back again next time. Bye now.